Hi, it's Elizabeth. Welcome back to flip number 6. We left off in March, and this was not a good day for me. I was in bed, so I was doodling some inspirational words. And then this day here was MIA. I don't know what happened. Sometimes that happens. And since I don't like to leave a page blank, I just write in that it's missing an action and I color it in so I don't have a blank page. On this day, I was going into town to send out some happy mail, and I had attempted my first pocket letter. They've been all the rage lately, and my son used to collect baseball cards, and so he had some baseball card holders left over, and that's what a pocket letter is. You can look it up on YouTube. There are lots of people that do them. The pocket holder holds 9 different, it has 9 different sections. So you put, different cards in there, whether it's scrapbook paper or, whatever you want. And then you put in little trinkets and little doodads and fun stuff for the person you're sending it to has some little goodies, and you put a little letter in about yourself. And so I had done one for my pen pal in Scotland. It was the first and last pocket letter I did, but it was a lot of fun to do, and she enjoyed it. So I was glad that I was able to do that for her. And so shout out to her. Hi, Mandy. She's on YouTube as well. And in some of the groups that I follow on Facebook too. And then I went, while I was in town at the post office down the street, I decided to run some errands. So I had to go to Office Max, and what I wanted to do was try to give a first go for binding the books in my autobiography class. And so I took my son's and my book in, because those were the only 2 that were completed. We were still doing the class, so I didn't have all the completed books yet, but I wanted to give this a go first to make sure that they were going to do it properly. And we were not off to a great start, because the gal who poked the holes in the book, I wanted to do spiral binding, and the gal that poked the holes in the book, she was like off by a 1/16 of an inch. And so the holes weren't exactly right. And so, I mean, it came out fine. It annoyed me just because I don't like that, but anyway, it was fine, but I wanted to make sure that it was not going to happen again when I took the rest of my students' books in. So, that was that. And then we went over to Marshall's, and we went into Michael's, and I was trying to look for a punch, which I don't know if I ever got or not, but my feeling on craft stores. I just don't like them. They're just overstimulating, and I just don't like going, so I'd rather just order online. And we were watching Hawaii Five-0 on Netflix. That was our latest Netflix obsession. And then this is, we were just having the week from hell this week. And my husband wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling well. I felt like the house was a disaster. I was not looking forward to going to Minnesota, because we were going to be traveling up there to see a pancreatic specialist. But I always put, even though I'm having a bad week or a bad day, I always try to remember tomorrow's a new day. I always try to remember to, put something positive in so that I can keep on keeping on. And then the next day was Friday, so we went down to the other house, and we weren't feeling all that great, but we thought, you know what, let's just get in the boat and go for a ride, go to dinner on the water. So that was nice. We go to a place called Buzzard's Roost, and it's really yummy, and it's nice just to sit back, grab a drink, and relax. So that was a fun evening. And then this day, it was still a beautiful day on the water, and so my husband packed us all a nice picnic lunch, and we went out on the boat over across the bay to this, what I call our private island. It's really the Everglades National Park, but it has this lovely beach area. Now, you're not allowed to land on it. You can't anchor on it. You can't on the shore, and you can't walk on the shore or anything for preservation reasons. But we anchor out in the water, and it's really shallow, and it's nice and hard packed sand. It's not all gloppy gloopy, and we take our beach chairs out there and just sit right in the water, and it's just a lot of fun. We listen to music and we just hang out with the kids and throw the ball around, and it's just a fun time. So I love doing that when we get a chance. This day on the Fobonichi group, it was time travel, and if you could time travel, where would you want to go? And I said the pioneer times, kind of like the Little House on the Prairie. And I wrote in here that I meant idealistically, not realistically. Because that was a really hard time. And anyway, and so but I did put that I was just fascinated by the pioneer times, and it reminded me of teaching my gems with the Prairie Primer years ago when they were little, and how much fun we had making little quilting samplers, and we made our own butter that year. We made molasses in snow candy, and so that was a lot of fun. And while I think that technology is convenient, and I love that you can be learning all the time. You know, if you don't know something, you just Google it and you find out. Not that everything online is the truth, but you know, you could always find an answer to any question you have. So I like that part of it, but I do think it would kind of be nice to just, you know, kind of live off the grid for a little bit. No TV, no devices that take precious family time away, and just spending time enjoying each other. So that was that. And then this day, I took in, I think, let me see, this was Monday. Yeah, I did get the autobiographies, most of them. Some of the kids were dragging their heels on turning in their work, but most of them I did get bound, and so that was good and a huge job. But I was glad that that I was able to get those done, and they did do them properly, so that was good. And then what's for dinner? We had tacos, and I'm telling you what, tacos is probably like my most favorite meal. I just love them. I don't know what it is, but I just love them. And these pictures here, the spiral notebook and the picture of the taco, were courtesy of Gina Curlew on YouTube. She does these really cute cartoony graphics that she draws, and they're just so cute. So I enjoyed drawing those. And then we're still on Hawaii Five-0 Netflix marathon. And then here, my husband and I had doctor's appointments, and I found these cute little, cartoons, because, you know, sometimes humor is the best medicine. And this one up here says, you know, the doctor comes in and he says, "Any other nagging pains?" And the husband, you know, points to his wife. I don't think Big Handsome would do that, but it was funny nonetheless. And then this one, you've got the what is she called? The receptionist. And she says, "What's this?" And the patient comes up and she says, "If I cancel an hour before my appointment, you charge me." Well, I've just waited an hour past my appointment time in your waiting room, so this is my bill. I so wish I could do that, because I cannot tell you how many times, and at this particular doctor we went to go see, I have waited up to 4 hours to see the doctor. It's absolutely crazy. And everyone always tells me, especially my dad, "Why do you do that to yourself? Why don't you just cancel and make another appointment?" I don't ever wait more than 20 minutes. And I'm like, you know what? If I cancel the appointment, all that means is that A, that's time I'll never get back, and B, I have to take a whole nother day out of my schedule to make another appointment to possibly be in the doctor's office and wait another 4 hours. So what's the point? I just deal with it, you know? I just wait. I just bring my bag of junk and stuff to keep me occupied. And then this one here talks about the patients know more about their diseases than me. I must get faster modem, higher speed internet access than them. And that's so true in my case. I have something called POTS, and I was diagnosed, you know, by an electrophysiologist years ago. But his words to me were, when I asked, well, what's the treatment? And he says, well, I don't treat it, I just diagnose it. Well, I guess that's why they call it practicing medicine now, don't they? So that's that in a nutshell. This day, I'm not sure if there was a prompt about books or what it was, but I had done this, just some books that we've read over the years in homeschooling and books that I've read, and so I did this and colored it in with my watercolor pencils. And there are worse crimes than burning books. One of them is not reading them. We are a big fan of books in our house. Most of us read a lot, and we all like different things, I mean, my husband likes, what does he like? He likes, who's that guy? Tom Clancy books and things like that. I like all sorts of books. My favorite author, though, is Ray Bradbury, and this quote comes from a reference to Fahrenheit 451. That's a common book that kids have to read in high school, but I love his book, The Illustrated Man. It's an awesome book. And anyway, I'm going to stop here, and I'll pick up on my take on exercise in the next flip through. So I'll catch you on the next flip. Thanks for watching.